Welcome to another podcast about movies with LJ and Courtney. I am LJ.
And I'm Courtney.
We begin this episode with movies that should not have been good but were good, getting sequels that should be good but will not be. News now.
Okay.
2007, a film came out that I had no interest in seeing. It was a film starring Amy Adams and Patrick Dempsey called Enchanted.
Mm-hmm.
You have seen this film?
Yes, and enjoyed it.
I begrudgingly went to see it after folks like yourself insisted that I would not be angry for having done so. And you know what? I did enjoy it. It took a little while, but once that musical number in Central Park happened, I was kind of on board from then on.
How does she know that you love her?
How do you show her you love her?
How does she know that you really,
Truly love her.
It started out with a weird moment where she puts a fish in her mouth for no reason. I still don't know what that's about. I've never seen any animated princess do anything so bizarre. It seemed really out of character, but in any case, the rest of the film I quite enjoyed.
The Cleaning the House musical number is where I was won over, which came shortly before the Central Park one.
Drill a cheery tune in the tub as you scrub a stubborn mildew stain. Like a hairball from the shower drain to that gay refrain of a happy working song.
Oh yeah, that was close, but it wasn't about love.
No, but it was gross and adorable all at once.
I need my songs to touch my heart.
Okay.
Okay, so the director of this film was a gentleman named Kevin Lima. The writer was Bill Kelly, and their previous credits would not suggest that this film would have been as good as it was, but it did work out, and good for them. And so now Disney has announced a sequel. It's finally going to take place, and they have hired a director, Anne Fletcher, who is most known for basically choreography, but she has also directed a few films, including The Proposal, 27 Dresses, and Step Up, the first one. Now, this does not suggest to me that the film will be bad in any way. She could easily make a very fine sequel to this film. What suggests to me that Disney has no intention of actually making something of quality is in their choice for writers. This is according to Deadline. They have hired a writing team, the writers J. David Stem and David N. Weiss, who are most notably the writers of such films as The Smurfs, The Smurfs 2, Shrek 2, Are We There Yet, and Daddy Day Camp.
The only one of those that I don't entirely hate is Shrek 2.
Shrek 2, I was really disappointed in. That's an unwatchable film for me at this point. Perhaps the best of the films I mentioned? Probably. But can I get off the hook now for having to see the sequel?
Sure.
Alright, thank you very much. I shall not go.
There are plenty of sequels you don't have to see. I've never seen the third Aliens movie.
Well, you couldn't, because the third Aliens movie was called Alien 3. It's not plural.
Whatever.
You lose.
You get my point.
You lose!
Never seen it. Never gonna. I will never watch the fourth Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
I'll never do it. There are sequels we need not see.
I can never unsee that movie.
I know. You jealous of me?
I fantasize sometimes what life must be like for you. It is a life I can never have now.
It's a good one.
I wish I had a good life.
Feel very satisfied with that decision.
So, you're excited for Enchanted 2?
Nope.
Why not?
Well, so I guess the first question is it actually going to be a sequel? I.e. picking up with that story? Because if it is, that's a little weird.
Unknown. There's speculation that they may follow up with the prince
Adrena
and
Menzel.
the former
Yeah.
girlfriend who was in Wicked.
Yeah, Adrena Menzel.
What, if you say so. I don't know what those words mean.
She apparently married Taye Diggs.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
It's a good-looking gentleman.
I think they're on the rocks or something. I don't know. Haven't paid attention, but...
Well, if he's available, I'll throw my hat in the ring for Taye Diggs.
He's a very attractive man.
I mean, how could you not?
Indeed.
I don't care what your orientation is. That guy is good looking.
And he will help you get your groove back.
Oh, man, I could use a groove. I can't get it back. I just need one.
An original groove.
Yeah, how LJ acquired a groove. That'll be my autobiography.
Okay.
But only if I actually get one.
I have faith in you.
This is why I must marry Tate Eggs. And now we try to predict the weekend box office winners and losers in our segment, Judgment Day.
We were both very, very wrong last weekend.
Not me.
Yep, both of us.
I just didn't tell you what I really wanted to say.
Doesn't matter.
I wrote down my real... Whatever you're about to say is what I really wrote down on this paper here last week. And now you will tell me what it is I wrote down.
So, the number one spot went to Transformers with $37 million. It has also managed to become the highest grossing film ever in China. Second place went to Tammy, which I was surprised by. It took $22 million.
Yep, I have that one written down right here. Got it.
Third place went to 22 Jump Street.
Nailed it.
With 9.8. And Earth to Echo, which we thought was going to be second place, debuted all the way down in sixth place with only 8.4 million. The big release of the weekend is Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. That is PG-13, and it's going to 3,800 screens, starring Andy Serkis and Gary Oldman. It's directed by Matt Reeves, who also directed Cloverfield and Let Me In. This film picks up 10 years after the end of Rise of the Planet of the Apes. And it is sitting at 94% on Rotten Tomato and 81% on Metacritic. It seems like people are excited about this. I could not be less interested.
It looks like it'll be fine. Unfortunately, it looks like exactly what the first film looked like, which is you see the whole movie in the trailer, and even if you hadn't seen the trailer, you know how it's gonna go. There's no journey for these movies that interests me. There's no surprise, there's no intrigue, and it's basically Avatar in a way as well, / Ferngully, / Pocahontas.
It looks certainly cliche. It's just, there's nothing in it really to appeal to me. But I don't think I'm the intended audience. I don't know who is.
If they're gonna do Planet of the Apes, I would like them to do... I guess they don't have to, because it's working, but I would like them to do something with it, something new. I mean, the Tim Burton thing, while spectacularly designed, was not new or special or anything. It was just style over substance. And it took what was good about the first Planet of the Apes and threw all that stuff out the window. And said, well, what do we have after we take out the interesting stuff? Oh, well, we have this crappy Tim Burton film. It's got to go somewhere else. These are just prequels. This is prequel stuff, and prequels are problematic in all cases, but in this one, it's like, well, yeah, okay. It's Planet of the Apes.
Yeah, we know what's going to happen. I agree. I don't care, is what I'm saying. At the end of the day, it's going to do well. I don't know why, but it will.
Because it's competent.
Is that all a film needs to be in order to do well in the box office?
No, it can also be directed by Michael Bay and therefore incomprehensible. It can also be that.
Anyway, Dawn of the Planet of the Apes number 1, Transformers number 2, 22 Jump Street number 3? No, Tammy number 3.
Alright, yeah, I agree, I guess. Whatever. Fun. Alright, thanks for tuning in, everybody. Subscribe on iTunes. Review on iTunes. Do it. Also, subscribe on Xbox / Zune Marketplace. Also, whatever RSS feed catcher you use.
You can also follow us on Facebook to get all the latest updates. That's facebook.com/another podcast about movies. You can find us on Twitter. Our handle is @podaboutmovies. And visit our website to get all the latest extra non-auditory content, I suppose you might say.
But you shouldn't. You shouldn't say that.
Our website is anotherpodcastaboutmovies.com.
Email us at anotherpodcastaboutmovies@gmail.com. And maybe go to YouTube. I'm getting stuff up there. And with that, we look forward to talking at you next week. Bye!
Bye.
Time for the introduction of a brand new segment, LJ's Hacky Review, TV edition. So, Courtney, I saw the new Penny Dreadful show.
Did you know?
Ask me what I thought of it.
What did you think of it?
They got half the title right. Wah-da-da-da-da-da.
Ba-dum-bump.
Thank you. I'll be selling t-shirts in the lobby after the show.